Difficult. Women.
Hello?
Hello?
Is that you?
Is that Katy Frame?
Oh, it is. Tuning in from Brooklyn, New York. I feel like I'm on the moon. I might as well be on the moon. This is isolating on the moon.
That's Katy. I'm Marie, and you are listening to the Difficult Women
Podcast. Nope. Okay.
I'll let you finish it.
Difficult Women Podcast.
Yay! We did it.
We did it.
Usually we're in the same room, podcasting together.
But social distance. Nope. We're like, we want to be so protected that we sent Marie to Nashville. We just sent her real far away.
So far away. Oh, with my parents.
How's that going? Update, huh?
Do I have to talk about it?
Nope. You know, if that's all you got, then you just can't. I know.
No, it's going really well. It's officially I have this is the longest amount of time I've spent with them since I left for New York City 15 years ago.
Amazing.
And even before that, I was trying to think. I mean, college, yes, but then I did come back for a 5-month stint right before I moved to New York to save money. So anyway, some people can survive with their parents for long periods of time. I'm very fortunate enough that I think we're going to make it.
That's good.
Fingers crossed.
It looks like you're doing a lot of fun, like cookouts and stuff. That's good. Made chili dogs.
My campfire is giving me life right now. So, but how are you doing?
I'm all right. My armpit hair is officially longer than it's ever been.
Ooh.
Yep. Remember from last week we were talking about it.
That's right.
Yeah. It's not growing as fast as I would like, but it's coming in.
Is it straight or curly?
It's too short to tell.
Is it blonde?
It's pretty blonde. I'm actually surprised at how blonde it is. I think it's going to be kind of straight though. It's like having a baby and you're like, is it a boy or a girl? I don't know.
Wow.
I was going to say, speaking of growing armpit hair, I've made very few purchases, very, very few purchases, right? And that's because I haven't been doing much. But I did get kind of lonely last night and I ordered a Chia Pet.
Ooh.
So.
What kind?
I got classic puppy.
I'm surprised you didn't get Pee-wee.
No, I really wanted to go like classic with it.
Uh-huh. Well, that's fun. You're going to grow a new friend.
Mm-hmm. so lonely.
I know.
It's so bad. It's fine. Everything's great.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of really exciting, positive things. I mean, it all circles back to my fire pit.
I mean, that's great, though. It's great to have that. I think that's one thing that we can all just be doing is finding the things that make us happy, like your fire pit and my armpit hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I felt a lot of like comfort this week reading so many things about how, like, don't worry if you're not learning a new talent during this time. Don't worry if you're not, rereading the Bible or something.
Yeah.
Like you're as long as we're staying home, we're being productive by doing that and saving lives in doing so.
Right. I was feeling a lot of pressure to like be producing, and I'll have like my moments where I'm like, oh, I'm feeling, motivated today or whatever. And then there's been some days where I'm just not feeling very motivated. I'm feeling kind of down. And then you're like, oh, right, this is like an emergency. So you're okay. You're like allowed to have your feelings and feel, and I think part of this whole like pausing moment now too, for all of us is been a reminder that like the way our system was set up, it was, you feel like you're supposed to go and like produce. And that's not what we're all put on this earth to do. So, it's cool to like have a little bit of downtime and relax and feel bored. Feeling bored is good. I haven't felt bored because I've been doing shit. But if you feel bored, that's normal too.
Mm-hmm.
And also you shouldn't feel like pressure to like learn a new skill. But if you're bored, that's what's cool about the internet is you could learn something new or you could take a class in something silly. Or I was looking up drawing classes the other day. I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind like getting a little more on top of my drawing skills. Not that I need them for anything, but just for fun, you know?
Well, we've slowly turned into a sweat factory over here because my aunt is a nurse down in Florida, and get ready for some fucked up shit, y'all. They basically took away their N95 masks, and they're only giving them to nurses or doctors who have confirmed cases of their patients have been confirmed. But meanwhile, the nurses are still working with the patients until their test results come in with these paper masks.
Right.
So my aunt called yesterday and just basically desperately needing masks. So, and my mom's a big sewer. And so,
you know, I hate to say this, I was sewing masks and stuff too, but then like the hospital I reached out to, they were like, we don't want them.
Wow, their hospital wants them.
Yeah.
You have to have the filter.
Right, the filter. That's what I was telling them, but they were like, no. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But whatever. I think we just do what we can. I'm not saying don't do it. Everybody do what you can to do whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I understand.
Well, we're shipping about 45 masks down to this hospital. So whatever. I don't know. But my fire pit's great.
Oh, yes. But anyway, yes. Okay. But we don't, the thing is we can talk about all this like COVID stuff, but that's what everybody's talking about. And we decided we don't want to talk about that right now.
No.
We thought, well, what can we talk about that's not that? And Marie had a great idea. She said, how about hand jobs? I was like, great, hand jobs, whatever.
And then, of course, this morning I'm like researching hand jobs. I don't even know what I meant by saying, basically. Well, I did watch a video of a guy giving a tutorial on a banana and apple. And to be honest, I learned some things. And I mean, I'm like in my 30s. I thought I knew how to give a good hand job. But there's more tugging. I should tug more.
What was the apple? I learned.
The apple was and it was so funny because I'm watching this video and my mom keeps coming.
And that's your embarrassing masturbation story where your mom keeps walking in on you with the banana video.
I'm like, I'm learning how to give a hand job. It's necessary right now.
Was the apple the balls?
No, the apple was the head. So he had first had the banana. The banana. And then he was like, oh, wait, I need a head because that's the most sensitive part. And I need that for my tutorial. So he shoved an apple on the banana. So it was like a microphone almost.
It feels like you didn't need to do that. It feels like he could have just used the end of the banana. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he had some magical thing.
But he was saying under the apple head that you hold it. See, this is video chat. Katie can see me holding this. And then you tug up a little bit, but don't pull the apple off.
Oh God! Yeah, don't pull the apple off. That's interesting. I don't know I don't know. He wasted a lot of fruit in that video. We're supposed to be conserving our snacks.
That's true. But the biggest takeaway from the banana apple man was if you're going to give a hand job, go ahead and use spit or some sort of lubrication. What are your thoughts on that, Katie?
I think it sounds good. I don't know. I also tried to Google hand job and immediately it was just porn. I was like, that's not what I meant.
Well, it's crazy how many like Cosmo articles over the years that they share about how to pleasure a man and specifically like how to give a good hand job from a man's point of view. A man is giving an exclusive interview on how to give a hand job. It's like, well, hey, how about we stop giving hand jobs after 9th grade?
I also want to, but I am glad that they got a man's perspective and not a woman's perspective on how to do a hand job. I'd rather know from the source, personally. I don't need somebody to be like, okay, here's a banana and a string bean, and I'm a girl, and I'm going to show you how to do a hand job. Just like knock them together a little. That would be my tutorial.
There is your YouTube video that you've been searching to do these last couple of weeks during quarantine.
Instructional videos on hand jobs with a string bean.
String bean. There you go.
That's really funny to use a string bean and be like, this is I approximated the average penis size and I found this string bean.
I would totally watch that.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe I'll make it. We'll see. You write us in, difficult women. podcast@gmail.com. If you want to see me make a hand job video with string bean, I have to find a string bean, but whatever. I'll find one. Anyway.
Well, I guess I really wanted to just talk about hand jobs specifically because I really don't like them. I hate them.
What do you hate about them?
I don't get anything out of it.
Oh.
No. I mean
that's fair.
And also I'm not, full disclosure, I don't think I'm very good at them.
I feel like I don't know that anybody's great at that. I mean, I guess there's probably people that spend a lot of time figuring out a hand job. I feel like there's like happy ending ladies. They probably figured that out.
Yes, that's true.
Those might be decent. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I remember the first hand job I ever gave was in a tennis court in the middle of the night because I was dating this boy and we weren't allowed to we weren't supposed to be even making out or anything. And he was like, I'm going to show you how to give a hand job. And I was like, okay. And I stood behind him. That was like the weird part. I'd never done that since, but he was like, it's just easier this way because I can show you. So I stood behind him. And I used my hand. And I was like, I don't know what's happening, but it's fine. I mean, it was great. He was my boyfriend. I was into it, but I was just like, okay.
And then this is maybe TMI, but then did he squirt his yogurt on the court? Or?
I'm sure he did. I couldn't really see. I was standing behind him, but I don't think I learned a lot that day. But
I remember being in the basement of my boyfriend. I was 15. He was my boyfriend, my first boyfriend, and he kept doing the head thing, like the
while you were giving out a hand job.
No.
Well,
we were making out, and then he was like pushing my head down, and I was like, "What is that?" Like I was such an idiot.
No, it's
what? Why you want me to inspect your, And then he took my hand and then put it on his thing, and then I feeling my first erection, and then kind of just mushing it about. I didn't really even know that I was supposed to. Yeah,
how are you supposed to know?
Yeah,
how are you supposed to know? I don't know.
Well, you can Google it and watch videos of a banana apple hand jobs.
Yeah. Or read Cosmo. That's all I want to write about. Well, speaking of hand jobs, if you're tired of hand jobs and you need some more toys and things to play around with during this quarantine time, we have a suggestion for you. Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff to spice up your bedroom is even better.
Select almost any one item for 50% off, and then Adam and Eve loads on the free stuff.
Enter offer code HORIO at checkout and get 10 tantalizing free gifts.
A sexy item for him, a special gift for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy.
And 6 free spicy movies.
Ooh! Plus, free shipping.
That's HORIO, WHOREO, HORIO at adamandeve.com. Well, talk about informative, huh?
Oh man, talk about things.
Tell you guys, I don't think I told you. So I made another purchase too beyond my Chia Pet. I did also buy a dildo from adamandeve.com, and I used our Horeo code. I got 50% off. It was incredible. I got all the little extra accoutrement, plus $100 off of some wine service, which I was like, hell yeah. So it's great. The whole experience was great. Got the dick. It's kind of small. It's a little bit small, but it does what it needs to do. I also thought you were asking me which one it was, and it's called Naturally Yours Ding Dong.
Sorry. Wow. Wait, do you have the picture of it right there?
No, it's just just like an ad.
Oh my God, it really does say ding dong.
Yours, ding dong.
I love it because you texted me and you're like, Tiny Tim works.
So small, but it worked. It really does just solidify that notion that it's not the size of the boat; it's the motion in the sea. It's fine.
Well, that leads us kind of into our more general theme for today.
Yeah.
That's something that you should be doing at home, masturbating. But we thought it'd be fun to focus on maybe things that you should not try at home.
Yeah, I found a couple. Some were so horrifying, I will not repeat them. Some stories were so bad. I was like, oh God.
Well, it's fascinating what men do with their penises. I fell into a hole of Googling weird things men have done with their penises. But just, I mean, I would totally do that too, because if I have an extremity.
Stick it in things.
I would totally want to try it in a toaster, like this guy in
No, not a toaster.
London.
No, London. Those guys are so sexually repressed. They just come on, guys.
One guy,
how did it go in the toaster? Not good, I guess.
he had to call the police to help him get it out.
No.
There's another guy, Brett. He's 29 years old, according to Cosmopolitan.com. He likes to put googly eyes on his penis, and then he takes pictures of it and he sends it to his friends.
That I'm into. I'm totally into that. That's the kind of dick pic. You could send me that kind of dick pic. I'd accept that.
Uh-oh, we're in trouble now.
Oh,
we're
no,
gonna get some.
I'm okay with that. Give me something to do.
What did you find?
Oh, all sorts of things. A lot of stories. I was looking up like embarrassing masturbation stories. So many stories of like getting caught. You know what I mean? Where like my grandmother walked in or whatever. One of them that I thought was really bad but funny was a woman. She has a son and she went up to like take a nap or whatever, and her 4-year-old was at home. And she like did the deed with her vibrator, and then her little boy kind of burst in. So she hid the vibrator under the bed. Or maybe this was even like late at night. So maybe it was like she thought he was asleep. So he burst in and he's like, I want to lay in bed with you, mommy. And she's sort of like, okay. So she hides the vibrator under her pillow. And the kid gets into bed and puts his arm around like her neck, and then immediately finds this vibrator and pulls it out. And it's like, what is this? And she just in like a panic was like, it's for your headache, to help you with the headache. And he like found that you could turn it on. So immediately it's like on and like vibrating. And she's like, and my poor sweet little boy started rubbing this like just used vibrator all over his head. And I was just horrified. And then, the next day, his dad came to pick up the baby because they were divorced. And when he came in, he said, hey, Linda, I have a headache. Do you have anything for a headache? And the kid was like, I got it. And he ran in and grabbed the vibrator and brought it out. And the dad was like, do we need to talk about this?
Oh,
I thought that was a pretty good story.
I love that. I found one. So obviously during this time of quarantine, some people have been using this time to experiment shoving their balls back up into their body. Pete, 27, I got really curious, so I tried it, but it didn't come out right away, and I panicked. I never did it again. I'm worried I'll shove them up there and then they'll just vanish, like the worst Twilight Zone episode ever.
That'd be unfortunate.
I mean, that would be.
Yeah. Here's a girl version of that story.
Okay.
This girl was, when she was 16, she had sort of like discovered masturbating, was like trying different things out or whatever. And she decided in one of her sessions, she wanted to see if she could fit her entire hand into her vagina.
Oh.
And so which makes me laugh so much. So she put she's like, I got it in. I managed to get the whole hand in. She's like, but I couldn't get it out.
Oh my God.
So she had to call her grandmother, and her grandmother came in and was like trying to help her get her hand out of her vagina, and she couldn't do it either. So she's like, they had to like wrap me up in a blanket and then put me in the emergency room, and finally a doctor had to like lube me up and stretch me out to get it out. So traumatizing.
So what do you I know you're not a doctor, but what do you think if it does the suction?
I think sometimes, definitely there was a couple stories about suction that were a problem. Like someone tried to put like a Coke bottle or something in there, and then the suction like became a problem. The other thing though is I think if it was your hand, I'm imagining like the angle would be like, let's say your arms are kind of short or something, right? Like the angle would just be rough. I don't know. I could see that would happen. And you just can't bend it out without hurting your wrist or something. I don't know. It sounds bad, but
I can't remember where I read it, but I read that a guy was masturbating with a plastic bottle for 4 days, and he got it caught in there, but he kept like going at it for 4 days, and he finally called an ambulance because his penis started turning black. And
wow, wait. So it was he put his penis in the bottle?
Yeah, a plastic bottle, and he was just
get it
going
in
at
there?
it. I've seen raccoons do this. That's actually, if you've ever read Where the Red Fern Grows, that's like how they would catch some of the raccoons, is that you put something shiny at the bottom of a jar with nails at the top, and the raccoon will reach in for the shiny thing, and they will not let it go. And so that's how you can catch a raccoon, because they won't let go of the shiny thing. And I think of that story when I think of this man who's puts his penis in a plastic bottle because his penis don't want to let go of the pleasure. It started to decay, and he had to go to the hospital, and they had to amputate his dick off because the skin cells died and stuff.
Don't do that. Don't do that. When you said it was in Where the Red Fern Grows, I was like, I do not remember a raccoon masturbating scene. It's like, where is she going with this?
Oh man, I think I'm so, yeah, I have so much time on my hands. I would totally watch a video of a raccoon masturbating, but that's just me.
Yeah. There was another one I thought was funny. There was so many that were like either boring or terrible, but this one was kind of funny. He says this kid was, I was 11. It's his first time ever masturbating, and he thought that farting would be a turn on. So he farted while he was doing it, and then he pooped his pants.
Oh, no.
And then he was like, I didn't try again for another 2 years. I was so like mortified.
Oh, no.
I love that on your first try, you're like, let's really like mix it up with some sort of like extra fart fetish.
Cut to 30 years from, yeah, let's see what he's into now.
I don't know.
Well, this one guy, when I first discovered masturbation, I couldn't go out to the store and buy cream. I guess he was a young lad. I couldn't ask my parents to go buy it. So, of course, I turned to hand soap. And so he just kept using hand soap until one day his penis was completely dried out and a layer of skin flaked off the exact same way a snake would molt.
Ew.
And he noticed it happening at the movie theater when he was at the urinal, and he freaked out, but he couldn't tell anyone. So he wound up sitting and watching Too Fast, Too Furious, wondering the entire time if his dick was okay.
Oh, no.
Tim,
I'm
30.
I'm surprised he didn't get more soap burn.
Right.
You know, because like soap burn's a thing. I remember when I was little not getting that and like rubbing that soap too close to the lady parts, and I was like, ah!
Totally.
Totes my goats.
I wonder how many people are washing their dicks for 20 seconds right now during this quarantine.
Where are they putting their dick if they need to wash it for 20 seconds? Don't take your dick out.
Don't take it to Trader Joe's.
Don't take your dick out at Trader Joe's.
Unless you have googly eyes on it for Katie.
And then it's okay. Then my consent is just already there, just naturally. That's a joke. That's not real. You can't actually just pull your dick out with googly eyes in front of me. Oh God, here's another one. This girl was masturbating with a Ken doll, like sitting on it and like rubbing on it, and the head of the doll fell out, broke off into her vagina, and she had to go to the hospital. First she had to call her mom, and then her mom had to call her dad, and then I was like, that's so bad.
Oh man. I do wonder now more than ever, because it is dangerous actually to go to the hospital unless it's a true emergency right now. God. But like, you have to go if like, or we don't. I don't know.
So that's a good PSA. This is not a good time to experiment with these things because of that very reason. Any reason you just don't want to be at the hospital right now. So please don't put a Ken doll in your pussy.
Here's a safer thing you can try to do at home. This one gentleman, Jason, 28. Again, I'm still at this Cosmopolitan article, which I would totally do again if I had a penis. I'm so curious. He tried to fit his penis into his asshole, and it wasn't. He really tries to explain. It wasn't because I wanted to have sex with myself or anything. I just was curious, and he was able to get a little nub in there. Isn't that cool?
And then everything was okay? He didn't break it or anything?
No.
Oh, good for him. That's a positive story. That's a happy story. Success.
You're welcome. Just a little tip in your butt. Yeah.
So I guess you can kind of try that. But I would say maybe don't try that. But I don't know.
Hey, if you're bored at home, just put your penis in your butt. Doop, boop, boop.
I just wouldn't want to be responsible for breaking somebody's penis because of this podcast. We're like,
That's true. That's true.
There was a couple penis breaking stories that I'll refrain from telling, but I was like, God, that's awful. Here's one more. Oh, that one's actually, that's kind of funny. There's this the guy, he's like, I'm a straight guy, but 12-year-old me masturbated to the Bop music video because I thought Taylor Hanson was a girl.
Oh, that's a fun. Whoops.
Funny.
That's really funny.
And then I have one more, and then I don't have any more. But this one
good.
Was this guy, he was like, I was taken to started putting cucumbers in my butt, and he was like, I did it a couple times, and they would just come right out. It like wasn't a problem. And he's like, and then one day I stuck a and he was sticking the entire cucumber all the way into his bunghole, and so he did this one afternoon. He put one in, and he could not get it out, and he was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. But he had like he had like plans with some friends. So he just like went on his plans with his friends and was sitting there at like lunch with this like cucumber in his butt. And then finally, like at some point during lunch or whatever, he's like, and then he's like ran to the bathroom and it came out. But he was like not sure if he was ever going to get it out.
Oh my God. See?
The idea though of just being like, well, I'm going to lunch. Like, I would be like, no, go to the hospital.
Well, a South African man couldn't get his wedding ring off his penis. Isn't that romantic?
He either has giant fingers or a tiny dick.
But it's more fun because it's on menshealth.com, and the picture above the article is a man with his wedding ring, and it's actually very beautiful. And then it's like stuck on his dick.
Men's Health. Well, I also wanted to
Men's
ask,
Health.
Do you have any like, I was thinking that this is a time to make this very serious conversation now, because we have to get very serious, is that this is a time where we have a lot of us, right? If you're staying home and quarantining like you should be, you have extra time, right, on your hands. This is an excellent time to experiment with your masturbation, especially if you don't have anyone else around like me, you know. So I was just thinking about how this is a good time to explore. I mean, maybe not with cucumbers and things, but just if you're not, especially for ladies who don't maybe feel so comfortable masturbating and stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't really mean, this isn't really that serious, but I just mean that I don't know if we have any tips for people. I think my main tip is like, give yourself some time, and like you have time now to just sort of explore down there.
And especially we've had our porn episode, and we love porn. And I do, we definitely both of us have problems with porn also, but porn with masturbation, especially for women, solo masturbation, it's fun to explore porn, to find out what you like in porn and what really gets you going. And then you start diddling yourself, and then you figure out what you like. It's like, then you come out of this quarantine a whole new person, because you know your body even more, and you got your body hairs all grown out.
Yeah, just remember we were talking about learning new skill sets. There you go. That's a good skill set.
Well, I feel it's weird masturbating at my parents' home.
Oh, sorry. The mic just like fell onto my face in a weird way. Anyway, sorry. That's weird. Oh God.
Oh my God, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I hope it was funny for our listeners.
Yeah. All right. Anyway. Yeah, masturbating with your parents. What?
Yeah, it's a little weird being in my childhood room. I mean, I feel like when I first, would bring a man home to this house, this is the same house I grew up in, like I would get really excited to like bring him to my room and like be real quiet. But now that it's under these circumstances and I'm just like ready to like run for the hills away from my family, I just don't want to masturbate. But I'm sure I'll get my juju back. I mean, it comes back, right?
No, it'll come back. Also, like, this is a weird time. You know what I mean? People are like dealing with it in different ways, and all of those ways are totally fine. So if you're also not feeling like masturbating, we're not pressuring you to do it. We're just saying you can if you want. And you shouldn't feel bad if you feel like doing it. You should never feel bad unless you're like in front of someone that doesn't want you to do it. Speaking of which, did you see that Louis C.K. came out with a special? Somebody posted a good joke that was like, of course, like it's very on brand of Louis C.K. to come out with a special when everybody's locked inside a room. I wish it wasn't. So you have to pay for it. It's like $8 or something. If it was free, I would actually listen to it because, like I said before, I'm curious about what his material is right now. Apparently, he addresses it, and I want to hear
really?
how. Yeah, he apparently talks about it a lot, and I'm just so curious about how he goes about talking about it. But I don't want to give him $8, so I'm not going to buy it.
Oh, you're not going to buy it and masturbate to it?
Oh God, I can't think of anything less appealing than that. If he had googly eyes on his dick, then it would be different. But
well, this has been one of the weirdest episodes I think we've ever done, and it's just because we don't want to talk about the virus. So it's I like this. Other things do not try at home, or actually, let's switch it. What are things you can try at home besides masturbating?
Oh.
Or I mean, we could keep talking about masturbating.
I was just gonna say, like, yeah, things to try at home. Give yourself porn. If you've never tried porn before, watch porn. If you have any toys that are safely made for sexual pleasure, use those toys. Don't necessarily recommend using like non-sex toy things because those things. Also, we were talking about the suction for women, right? Or even for a man, for suction and stuff. Like, I'm sure they design dildos with suction in mind, and I'm sure they design even like, what are those things called for the boys where it's like a light bulb, not a light bulb,
a flashlight.
I'm sure those are designed to be safe, you know. So ideally, although I guess if you stuck your dick in like some pudding or something, you'd be fine. I don't know. It might get dirty. I don't. I'm trying to think of something that wouldn't be dangerous.
Yeah. Well, I found this BuzzFeed article of 39 fascinating things people actually do when they're alone, which the first one, maybe you could try, Katie.
Oh, God, what is it?
This woman says she's 16. As president of the Itty Bitty Titty Committee, I find it fun layering push-up bras. So just you could, during this time at home, Katie, because Katie has smaller titties, and it's a joke that we do in the show. It's not that I'm like just like because you're tiny tits, Katie. While you have all this time on your hand, I want to see you put on all of your bras at once and strut around the house. See, you're welcome.
Okay. I don't know why. First of all, I don't know why I have to wait. I have to wait until I'm in quarantine to do that. I could do that anytime I want. But also, what?
It's true. No, I know. And I love that that's the first thing that people, fascinating thing, just putting on all your push-up bras. Another one is I like to let my pubes grow really long, and I like to just sit there and stroke them when I'm home alone.
I mean, I'm getting there. I'm just like feel my armpits for like. I did shave my legs the other day though. I was like tired of that, so I shaved my legs.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm trying to think when I shaved last. Well, you know, I've been if you really want to know what's going on here, I've clogged the shower in my room. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It's not like I did anything unusual in there. I've just been washing myself for the last 3 weeks. But so my mom and I together have been taking apart the shower and using all sorts of DIY methods how to unclog it because we don't want to call a plumber right now.
No, don't call a plumber.
But it's still clogged. So it's wild times over here.
Yeah, that's crazy. Speaking of wild times, one other thing I wanted to mention is that I know some people might be feeling, I feel like this is like a thing that worries me for some people, is if they're getting really horny and they like want to go visit somebody during this time of quarantine. I really don't recommend that. So another thing is if you're just like over masturbating by yourself, I saw this really funny cartoon where it was like everybody like across the world, and it was like, we're all cam girls now. Which is like, and if you don't know what that is, it's just that we're all doing FaceTime and Zooming and stuff. So that is another option that you can like go on a Zoom date or whatever, or call if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, or just a friend. I mean, I don't know, whatever. You can practice very safe sex, but be masturbating and then do it through the cam.
Yeah.
So
really
I just wanted
like
to throw
that.
that out there because I think also people, one of the things that we're like struggling with is just the lack of human connection. So if you're like, but I'm masturbating, I'm still alone, at least that could be like another level where you don't leave the house, you know? Because the
Right.
main thing is
Ooh.
don't get all like so horny that you forget, you lose your head, you know?
Right. Ooh, I'm gonna up that ante and say have like a online Zoom date or something, but then like role play. Here's the time to try out
Ooh.
your accents or
Love it.
dress up like a different character.
Or wear like 12 push-up bras at the same time.
So then when they see you in real life, they're like, wait a minute.
I thought your boob section was just one giant thing. I'm surprised to notice you have real boobs.
I want to know, write in if you've ever tried on all of your push-up bras at once. Another person said he likes to put on all of the coats he owns and zip them up and then try to get out of them without unzipping them. Things people do at home.
Well, yeah, you got time. Again, just work on new skills like coat escape. A game called Coat Escape.
Spanish? Nah.
No.
Learn how to get out of all your coats at once.
You never know when you'll need that.
This one woman likes to sit around naked and play with her fat. And I sing to it and I fold it in and I let it pop back out.
I like that story. That is like a self-love story. That is like really like embracing your little body. I love that. Maybe I'll try that later. Sing to it. Be like, oh, tummy, tummy, tummy. How are you today, tummy? I feel like I might get into that.
You're going to put it in your Google Calendar. Play with my tummy later.
Play with my tummy. I've been very busy today. At first, I tried to take off all my coats, and then I sang to my tummy. Weird.
Wow, that's amazing. It's incredible. You know, I think that we're really giving our listeners some valuable things to do while they're at home on quarantine. Masturbate.
Masturbate
you know,
more.
Masturbate some more. Yeah, do all those things.
Yeah. Well, I hope this is helpful though, and did have some like fun, whatever. Again, please, if there's something you're just like, you know what, I really want to know. Maybe we should do one on survival tips because I don't know what's coming next. It's scary.
Well, that's why I've been focusing on my fire pit. You know, it did.
Perfect.
I have to admit, it took me 3 chances to light a fire. We did it like for 3 nights in a row. The first night, I did the TP, you know, formation.
Yes, this is
useful. That PC? I don't know, but
right. I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I couldn't get my wood lit. The logs might have been wet.
Using? Like a just match lighter,
a lighter,
blowtorch?
Yeah, blowtorch and some lighter fuel too, and it would light. But then this is a fascinating story. And then the second night, I dried my wood out in the sun. It still wouldn't light. And then
really?
The third day, yeah, I watched all these YouTube videos on how the fuck to make a fire, and I figured out. Yes, kindling, and we did it in the log cabin formation, and that shit lit right up. And then I cooked dinner on it like a good old pioneer woman who's bored out of her
can of beans or something.
Yeah, I put the beans in the fire, and then put them on chili dogs. Chili hot dogs.
It looked amazing.
So they were. It was fun. Yeah, it was funny. I did invite my parents to my cookout.
Oh yeah, I could. It'd be kind of mean if you were like social distance. You're not invited. You just have it by yourself.
It's almost at that point, but
I can imagine.
Anyway, I miss you.
Do a vacation day and just be like, "Oh, I'm going to go on vacation to this room, and I don't want to see you guys. Bye."
That sounds amazing. I'm sure my mom would want to do that as well.
You can take turns.
Yeah, that sounds good. Anyway, this has been so fun. I do miss you so much, Katy.
Me too. I miss you too. Well, again, if you want to like send in any thoughts or ideas or, you know, we're going to try to keep putting out just silly content or things, you know, useful things, but try to keep it not so virus oriented. Unless you do one about emergency survival skills. Kind of into that.
Like how to trap young animals.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's do that. Let's do one that just like, so everybody can be prepared just in case, but it'll be fun and we'll learn something.
Great. I think we have next week's episode. Survival tips from the whores.
Perfect.
Wow. Well, this is great.
Yeah.
And guys, again, just help us spread the word. If you haven't, please write a review on Difficult Women podcast on Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating if you can. What else can they do, Kate? Hey.
They can join us on Patreon if they'd like. We have a Patreon page there, and we do a extra little patrons only. Can you hear that sneezing?
Yeah, wow.
Sorry, just powerful sneeze.
Amazing.
She's not sick. It's fine. But anyway, Patreon. Join us on Patreon, and we have a special patrons only podcast. It's a fun little extra, and we'll be doing some fun. We're gonna get that video stuff going. We're gonna do some videos.
Yeah. We're gonna be productive.
Yeah. And follow us on Instagram and Facebook and things.
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys stay safe out there. We hope everyone's doing okay.
Yeah.
Stay positive if you can.
You can do it. We can get through this. There's an end point to all of this. That's the good news.
Mm-hmm.
There is. It's gonna be great.
And I'm gonna find a dick with googly eyes on it and send it to Katie.
Please do. Thank you.
Dad.
Oh God. Oh my God. All right. On that note, bye.
Bye.
Everybody loves a roll in the hay. Throw your hands up if you got laid today. You're lucky 'cause I feel like I'm gonna explode if I don't find someone to plug my hole. I'm a single gal out there looking for a cowboy who can get me cooking. He can straddle my hide like in a rodeo, but only if he can keep up with a libido. I'm horny. So horny. Doesn't make me a whore to say yes, sir. I'm horny. I wanna find a man and tear him apart, or maybe make love to a girl at Kmart. But times have changed, you need a safe arrangement, or you'll wind up dead in somebody's basement. There are plenty of people who and do the nasty, but in this day and age, you gotta be picky, 'cause 1 out of 4 has an STD. I'm horny, me so horny. Doesn't make me a whore to say yes, sir. I'm horny. One fine day I wanna fall in love and be settle with bringing a stranger home, and be sure to double bag it when we bone. Women aren't supposed to be so direct, but I got a lady boner and it's erect. I'm horny, that cutie, yeah, I'm talking